Once upon a time, in a land far away, a loving couple longed for a child. Living next to them was an enchantress, Gothel, whose garden grew the finest rampion. The wife, suffering from intense cravings during her pregnancy, pleaded with her husband to fetch some. Relenting to her wishes, he climbed over the wall but got caught by Gothel. In return for his life, he promised to give her their child. When their daughter was born, Gothel took her and named her Rapunzel, locking her in a tall tower with no stairs, only a single window. As years went by, Rapunzel grew into a beautiful maiden with long, golden hair. Every day, Gothel would visit her, calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." One day, a prince riding through the forest heard Rapunzel's beautiful singing. Captivated, he found the tower but couldn't find a way in. After witnessing Gothel's routine, he decided to try the next day and called out the familiar words. Rapunzel, thinking it was Gothel, let down her hair, and the prince climbed up. Initially frightened, Rapunzel warmed up to him, and they immediately fell in love. He visited her regularly without Gothel's knowledge, and they began to plan an escape. One day, Rapunzel asked Gothel why her visits were so much harder to manage than the prince's. Realizing the betrayal, Gothel became furious. She cut off Rapunzel's hair and banished her to a distant desert. When the prince came the next day, Gothel dangled the cut hair from the window, pulling him up and revealing Rapunzel's fate. In his despair, the prince jumped from the tower, the fall blinding him. For months, he wandered hopelessly, until one day, he heard a familiar voice singing. Following the voice, he found Rapunzel living in the desert with their twin children. Overjoyed, Rapunzel's tears healed his blindness. They returned to the prince's kingdom and lived happily ever after.